Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Daily Focus Tarot. Hope you're doing well this week. Let me know if you like the format or not. Let me know if you have any comments on it. What should Sagittarius focus on for Monday the 24th? Oof. Six of Pentacles, a popular card this week. Monday the 24th. Anything else? And what should they avoid? What should they avoid? Wow. Clarify, please. What should they avoid on Monday? Wow. Okay. So what you should focus on, you're not looking for healing or guidance with a dream. You're not looking to let go of it. You're not looking for that balance. And you should be focusing on that balance. You should be focusing on, let me look up King of Pentacles or King of Cups in reverse. Codependence, addiction, emotional manipulation, a boss. Okay, so you're not focusing on getting this good giving and receiving. The Six of Pentacles in reverse, it can talk about somebody who gives to appear like they're doing nice things, but it's not from the heart, you know. It's just for social media, or it's just for the PR. It's definitely talking about that imbalance in the giving and the receiving. And you've got the fairy light talking about the temperance, talking about needing to balance, needing to get a good, there we go. Sorry about the light change. It got really bright outside. Needing to get a good balance and re-examine your values in regards to your pentacles, in regards to your health, your finances, your career, your physical things that you own. You need to re-examine your values. You need to blend something where you're stretched thin, you're pushed and pulled back and forth. Don't give into this emotional manipulation, or don't give into codependence. If there's addiction or abuse, you know, anything like that going on, be mindful of that. Get your emotions back in order. We've got the King of Wands, Nine of Swords in the reverse, Five of Swords, Emperor, Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords. Okay, so where there's a delay and a lack of clarity, and you're avoiding taking charge of the situation, this is not how you want your life to be going. You are recovering from these fears and anxieties. You're recovering from these losses, you know, multiple losses over time, or somebody who, you know, they deliberately withheld financial information. They deliberately tried to ruin you. There was a lack of communication. There was envy and jealousy. You're trying to heal from them. You're trying to heal from the situation. But until you get that clarity back, your plans, you need to be really careful with your plans until you get that clarity. You need to be really careful with your plans to get a better hold of your life and move it in the direction you want. your plans to set up habits, to set up routines that are going to help you move to the next level, get you away from these toxic people, get you away from this overwork, this stress level that you've been at. It's a good plan, but it's not fully in place yet. You'll see seagulls. Seagulls and fish. Huh? You'll see seagulls and fish. The plan is good, it's just not the right timing. It's not the right time. Sorry about that. Okay, for Tuesday for Sagittarius. Anything else on what they should focus on? Okay, what should Sagittarius avoid on Tuesday? What should they avoid on Tuesday? Okay, so on Tuesday, don't be naive, don't be gullible, don't go running off sort of half-cocked. Avoid giving into feelings of despair, feelings of, things are never going to change. You have a tower here with the Fool, so things are trying to change, and they are going to change. You could be averting a disaster, like a full-on disaster, like maybe, your car breaks down, which is a disaster, but it breaks down in the slow part of your route to work, right? It doesn't break down in the middle of the highway, a 4-lane highway where you're going like 84 miles an hour and everybody else around you is going 84 miles an hour, and all of a sudden it just cuts dead. So this is about, averting a full-on disaster. Maybe you don't entirely avert the disaster, but it's not as bad as it could have been. This is also about fearing change when it's in the reverse. It's about not wanting to move forwards, not wanting to let go. So, hanging in that 5 of Cups energy, that emotional energy of things didn't work out, but I still don't want to move on. I still just want to sit here and think about why it didn't, emotionally think about why it didn't move on. But when I'm thinking about it, it's not actually helping me move forwards. Yeah, and this is about, not having that new beginning, having a delay on it, not letting go of the baggage, being naive, being gullible, being open to people hurting you because you're not letting go of this baggage from the past. Whatever the 5 of Cups situation was where you felt emotionally hurt, it's making you vulnerable and you need to let go of it. This 8 of Cups, what you should avoid. Avoid jumping into things, running into things too quickly, being a little bit stubborn about it, especially if it regards short-term goals, short-term emotional satisfactions. Don't go out and get drunk because you're upset by that energy, because you're not getting healing. You need to get control over your passions. You need to get control over your thinking and start healing your thinking. Start healing how it is that you deal with this emotional upset. Because if you don't, you're just going to keep moving towards the short-term emotional satisfaction. You're not going to move towards your long-term goal. You're just going to, oh, I'm upset about this thing. I'm going to eat a double cheeseburger and a candy bar and some pop. But your long-term goal, you want to lose weight. You want to start weightlifting or get in shape or something. And sitting in this emotional energy, you want to avoid those short-term emotional satisfactions. You want to avoid like eating your emotions, was the example that I was giving. But it could just as easily be any other activity that you're doing that only provides that short, quick, and then you almost regret it after you've done it. You regret it because you realize it's not moving you towards your long-term goal. So that was Tuesday. A lot of struggle for you this week, and a lot of emotional baggage. But once you get rid of the baggage, you'll feel better. You'll feel lighter. It's important to do that shadow work, to do that work on the stuff that you've been dragging around, and to stop dragging it around. You even physically feel lighter. It's not just a spiritual or emotional lightening of the load. You physically feel lighter. Go out for a walk in nature. If you can, if the smoke isn't too bad, the heat isn't too bad, go early in the morning. Stop and smell the roses, so to speak. So for Thursday, for Sagittarius, what should they focus on? The sun. Focus on your creativity and growth. Can you give me a clarifier? And your healing, because we have the star card. So the sun and the star. Focus on your healing, your creativity, your growth, your new beginning. What it is that you actually wish for, what it is that you actually want to happen, what is good for you, what is right for you. Focus on that. What should Sagittarius, and then the world. So the ending of a cycle. Focus on your growth, and then there's going to be an ending of the cycle you're going to accomplish. Focus on your healing. What should Sagittarius avoid for Thursday? You're not healing your thinking again. You're not working on that. I'll see if there's another meaning to that. Okay. So let's look at this. Don't be overly stubborn in a situation today. Perseverance is good, but you don't want to be to the point where it's detrimental to you and it's keeping you from moving forwards. So there is a situation where you need to practice self-love. You want a new beginning, but there are quarrels. There's community issues. You're trying to move towards your goal. There are quarrels here going on. Let me see this Page of Swords in the reverse. All talk and no action. Yeah, in the upright it talks about alternative ways of working and thinking, seeing things from different perspectives, research, secrets, hidden knowledge, replaying conversations in your mind, finding the solution, and mastering your thinking. So you're not mastering your thinking around this situation, so that's why you're not having this new beginning, or you're struggling with this new beginning, and you're struggling with moving towards your goals and your plans. Avoid these quarrels. Avoid this negative. If it's a person, with this Queen of Cups, they're going to be emotionally manipulative. If it's insecurity or dependency, this can also be going against the flow of what's expected, and that would be great for you. Don't give in to, avoid any emotional manipulation. Avoid people who are being dishonest with you. And this situation on Thursday, it's something to do with community. It's something to do with the happy home, the community, the job, anything like that. Let's look at Friday. Friday for Sagittarius. And what they should focus on. Okay, be the transformation. Be the change you want to be. Focus on the change that you want in your life in regards to your career, your finances. Get guidance on how to have that happy family life, how to move forwards. Look at how you want to transform yourself. You may need guidance from somebody who's like a lawyer, a financial counselor, and then you're going to need to take action. Somebody who's a medical doctor, anything like that, you may need to get guidance from them on how to achieve this. But really study yourself and your creativity, your joy. What brings you joy in life? Reconnect to yourself. Study your passion. Study your spirituality. Be more connected to something outside yourself. When I say spirituality, I mean something outside yourself, something greater than yourself, whether you consider it to be a god or goddess or anything like that. I'm not saying religion. I'm saying spirituality. I'm saying whatever is more than you that you believe in. Connect to that. So what should Sagittarius avoid for Friday? Connect to what brings you joy in life. Study it, learn it, understand it, figure out how you can transform yourself using that. Get up and move around. So what should they avoid for Friday? Any other clarifiers on what they should avoid for Friday? Okay, let me look at these reversed ones. The Three of Wands, you're not moving down the path, you know, the path towards your growth. So this could be somebody overselling something in regards to your abundance or how you want to build your abundance. This could be somebody overselling something. It's definitely talking about like a delay or some sort of obstacle, some risk, some lack of foresight. So avoid people who are overselling stuff. If it's too good to be true, then it is. Okay? You want to be mindful of just rushing in, of making mountains out of molehills. You know, like I said, if it's too good to be true, really look at it, inspect it with a fine-tooth comb. You want this transformation, but, you know, transformations don't happen overnight. If they do, they don't stick. You want it to stick this time, right? You want to be at your next level. So the Six of Swords is also talking about a delay and challenges, unfinished emotional and mental business. It even talks about resisting change, and we've got the Hangman sideways. So the Hangman talks about getting a new perspective. And when you get the new perspective, then you change the way that you've been doing stuff. You change what's going on, what's happening, how you deal with things. So there's all these delays that you're trying to avoid. But half of them, let me look at Hangman in reverse. Let me look at Hangman in reverse. Even though it came out sideways, so it's halfway in between. Let me look at it in the reverse. I mean, it's also delay and indecision. Denial of parts of the self. Lack of self-awareness or intuition. And an inability to surrender. It also talks about delay and missed opportunity, but it talks about delusion. So, a lack of self-awareness. Yeah, you really need to take some time out and have a seat and sit and balance your thinking and unpack these situations. Unpack these situations. Because of this lack of self-awareness, you could miss an opportunity even though things are delayed, or you could go rushing in and this opportunity is not the right one, but the right one was there. It was just delayed. So if you took a job that was not right for you just because you were a little impatient, that wouldn't work out in your favor. That wouldn't lead to your abundance and to a better place for you, to your expansion and growth. Whereas if you would have waited just like a few more days before accepting it or something, the job that would actually lead you towards your growth, towards the better future, is going to become available. They're going to call you. That's just one example. I'm not sure why I'm talking about a job other than I'm looking for a job, and have been for a while. But yeah, don't be hasty. Don't be hasty. Don't be hasty on Friday. Be really aware of yourself. If you are looking for a job, it helps if you can really narrow down specifically what you are looking for. Not just like pay range, but like days of the week that you want to work or not work. The shift in detail, what you're willing to compromise on and not compromise on. you know, the general area on a map. It's going to help you if you can really get more of a detail, and don't kid yourself, you know, and be like, oh, I'd like to work third shift for an extra, you know, 25, 50 cents an hour because I'll make that money, when you know you can't handle third shift, or when you're not sure if you can stay awake all night long. I mean, don't sign up for a third shift job if you don't know that for certain. Really, really, yeah, that indecision and that lack of self-awareness. Really be mindful of that. Time to take that, sit down and sit and think about it. What was under there? Healing your thinking, yeah. And then taking action towards your goals and being able to open that doorway and move towards the goals. Yeah. Well, have a great week, Sagittarius. Let me know what you think. Bye.